Yo, what is going on? This is your boy, ThatGuyFace with Face the Music Media. We are back again for another episode, but this is a new series called How I Effects. And to kick off the new series, we got the brand new MoogerFoogers. Let's get into it.
Oh yeah. Oh mama. Oh yeah. Face the music.
So, we got the brand new MoogerFooger plugins, and I'm super excited about this one. I can't even lie. Let me give you guys a little bit of backstory. So, back when I first started getting into production, they had these MoogerFoogers in Pro Tools. So, this was back in the day when you had Pro Tools LE, and I used to want those plugins so bad because I wanted the pedals so bad. And the pedals I just think were so crazy. And so, I'm super excited that they actually dropped the plugins. And so, let's get into it. But before we jump into that, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. If you're not, welcome back. If you want to support the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, and hit the thumbs up. Show the channel some love and go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know what you think about the video. Also, make sure you go to realloops.com. That's REELLOOPS and get the Sweet Fusion preset pack. That's a preset pack loaded with crazy preset sounds for Cherry Audio synthesizer. So go check that out. Volume 2 is coming, so stay tuned for that. Trust me, you don't want to miss that. Anyway, in this video, I'm not going to cover all of the MoogerFoogers. I'm just going to show you guys how I would use the plugins with what I do. So if you've seen any of my videos, you already know I love to make like pad sounds. That's like my favorite thing to do. That's like the base and the core of my sound. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. But anyway, I have Synapse Audio, the Legend, and what better plugin to use for this demo than the Legend? The Legend is a Moog Emulation, and so it's one of my favorite Moog Emulation plugins. And so let's go ahead and jump into it. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and initialize the patch here. All right, I'm gonna put that on poly 8. I'm going to spread the voices a little bit. And so let's start off with the saw sound. We'll do one saw ramp up, one ramp down. Let's go ahead and lift that. And let's just go ahead and take a listen. I'm going to detune the second one a little bit. Let's take a listen and see what that sounds like. Oh, by the way, I do have a Neve 1073 by UAD on. That's just giving the sound some life, and it just gives it a little extra something special. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a listen and see what it sounds like. I love that sound. So let's go ahead and jump into the MoogerFoogers here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mess with these one by one. Let's go ahead and start with the MF101S filter. So the plugin is pretty straightforward. You have your filter section here, where you can change the cutoff and resonance. And then you have your envelope section here, which is the amount of the envelope, the follow rate, and then the actual mix. And then you have the drive and output. And I love the sound of the drive on these plugins. It sounds really good. Let's take a listen. I love that. Sounds very Moogish. I'm going to turn on this Lexicon reverb because I kind of want to hear what it sounds like with the reverb. It's the Lexicon 224 by UAD, but let's take a listen. Beautiful. I love that already. Let's mess with the envelope and see what we can get out of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to modulate this envelope, and I'm going to use the delay's actual LFO to do that. And so you can use the LFO from one of the other plugins and not have it actually active on its own plugin. So you'll basically be using the LFO from the delay, but the delay is not active. So it's not actually delaying the sound, but you're using the LFO as a modulation source. So let's take a listen to that. I'm going to come up here. Let's go to envelope. And let's go to MF104S LFO. And now we can control this with this LFO here. So let's take a listen. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and take a listen to the delay here. See what we can get out of that. I'm going to go ahead and activate that. Sync the time. So basically with the delay, you have the LFO section here. And then the delay section is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Time and feedback, short and long delay. Then you have the drive output and mix. So let's take a listen. Beautiful. Ooh, that sounds amazing. Does it sound like the hardware? Man, I don't know, but I love the way it sounds, so I don't care. Let's go ahead and move on to the phaser and see what that sounds like. I'm going to sync the LF on that. It's simple, just like the other one. You got the phaser section here with your sweep and resonance, and then the LFO section. So it's pretty simple, straightforward, same drive output, CV out and stuff up here. But let's go ahead and take a listen. Beautiful. That sounds so good. Okay, I think I want to modulate the sweep here. So let's come up here and go to sweep. Let's go to this sweep here, and we'll start with this LFO. All right, let's take a listen. Beautiful. I love that. I think what I want to do now is I want to turn up this reverb just a little bit and see what that sounds like. That sounds so good. Anyway, man, that's the end of this video. Let me know what you think about the MoogerFooger plugins down in the comments below. Have you demoed them out? What do you think about them? Have you used the actual real pedals? And if you have, how do they compare to the real ones? I don't know. But I will say this, I love the sound of these plugins. They sound really lush. Even the other plugins that I didn't put in the video, I like those too. They sound good. But these are just the three that I was having the most fun with, so I went with these. But anyway, like I said, this is the first video in the series of How I Effects. I will be covering a bunch of other effects plugins, so stay tuned. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, and hit the thumbs up button, man. And share the video. Make sure you engage. But anyway, man, ThatGuyFace, Face the Music Media. We out of here. Peace.